It is great to have Chris Antonetti along with us, the president of the Guardians. How about this day? I mean, we have done this in 6 inches of snow. We have done it in bitter cold weather with a light drizzle sometimes, but this is incredible.
This is incredible. We've done a lot of these, and I can't remember one that's been like this. So what a great day all around, and it'll be a lot of fun for us in the city of Cleveland.
I mean, if I said to you it's July 1st with this weather, I don't think you could disagree with me. I will tell you this, a nice start by the team, a great road trip, 7-2 with the rain out in Minnesota. You have to be pleased out of the gate.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of the goals coming out of spring training is to try to get off to a good start, and our guys have done a really good job top to bottom, and we found ways to win games.
Okay, the tough news was Shane Bieber coming out Saturday morning that he is injured. He is going to require Tommy John surgery. What was that like to have to deal with that news?
Yeah, so hard. Most importantly, feel for Shane. Just this is the guy that does everything in his power to be out there trying to pitch and help the team win. And really, even through that whole Seattle start, he was pitching through incredible discomfort, and it's really remarkable he was able to pitch the way he was. But finally, it just became too much, and when we did the imaging, it was pretty clear that this was the path he needed to take.
Gosh, and he was so dominating. I mean, in Oakland on the opening night, and as you mentioned, in Seattle, you never would have, to the baseball eye, say, wow, that guy's really, he's hurting.
Yeah, we didn't see it coming at all.
Yeah.
I mean, not only just in those 2 starts, but the winter he put in, the way he threw in spring training, the way he reported feeling, like we thought he was on a really good trajectory and was going to be able to pitch a lot of innings for us. But unfortunately, that's not the case.
Well, times change, faces become new faces. Tell me, how did you arrive at Stephen Vogt?
Yeah, it was not someone we knew at the beginning of the process, but when we started reaching out to people around the game and people we respected, his name kept coming up as a guy that we should spend time with. And as we got a chance to know Stephen over the course of a couple months, spend more time with him, learn more about him, it became clear that it was a really good fit for us. And we've been elated with the work and partnership we have with Stephen and are excited by the season in front of us.
Do you ever think he was a catcher? Maybe you're always a catcher when you're a catcher, but Stephen Vogt was a catcher. Do you ever think catchers who run the game, basically, when they're out on the field defensively, become interesting managers?
I mean, that's been the typical prototype,
Yeah.
partially because they're into every pitch of every game,
Right.
and they're one of the few positions on the field that not only have responsibility for their own individual performances, but the performances of everyone else. Specifically, as a catcher, you're responsible for the whole pitching staff. And one of the things Stephen talked about through the interview process is how he had been preparing for this opportunity as a manager, both in the time when he was a catcher and thinking through things through the managing and coaching lens, but even as a player when he was injured, he was spending time around managers and coaches, picking their brains, trying to learn from them and figure out what it might take to be successful in the role.
That will do it. All right, tell me this. What do you like about this team? Coming out of spring training and through 9 games, very, very, very small sample size, but they continue to grind just the way they have through the years and find ways to score runs. Tell me about your thoughts.
Yeah, again, very early, but I think one of the goals we were hoping for is to have this young group take the next step in their collective development, and hopefully that translates to improved performance. And I think what we've seen in the early goings, there's been some highlights offensively. We've done a good job on the bases. The pitching staff we've executed pretty well. So, right now things are going in a good direction. Hopefully now we can keep that going as we get into the season.
So I have to ask you, just back to the Bieber situation, who kind of comes in and fills that spot? He's the top of the rotation.
Yeah, again, there is no replacing Shane Bieber. I mean, he's just given his on-field performance, the leader he is in the clubhouse. But I think we're a very resilient group, and when we've had obstacles and injuries in the past, we've found a way to overcome them, and I'm confident this group will. So in the near term, weather's helped us, the off day helped us. So Tristan will go today, Logan Allen will go tomorrow, and then we have some time to figure out the rest of the rotation.
Let's just touch on the division, okay? The guys you're playing today, the White Sox really rebuilding. Detroit seems to be getting better. Kansas City showing forms that they're kind of rebuilding. What do you think where do you fit? The Twins, everybody says, hey, listen, they're the cream of the crop, but you went in there and did very well in their home opening series.
Well, that's the beauty of the baseball season. We'll get to see how good we are. So over the course of 162, usually the better team ends up there at the end. So how good we'll be, we'll see. But we like the group that we have. We do appreciate that other teams in the division have gotten better, and there's a story to tell while they may be the team that ultimately is the one that wins at the end. But we like our chances and are excited to see how the season unfolds.
So are we, and we are pleased that you stopped by. Good luck. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Always a pleasure to be with you, Jim.